Alicia, moving over to your question. Thank you once again for joining us. We are always looking to make use of your wealth of knowledge.
Thank you.
Yeah, so your question is dealing specifically with municipality valuations with regards to a property. I believe you are dealing with a matter right now currently that is to deal with that. So maybe you can just bring us into your confidence regarding that matter currently specifically, and more so specific areas of property such as garages. So maybe you can have a conversation about the hows and the whys of that, and then maybe in closing off you can give us some golden nuggets as opposed to what people should be looking out for during this period, as this topic has been on the news quite a lot lately. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. So the major thing with conveyancing is when you do a transfer, you work with the council. You need to get a rates clearance certificate to say that all rates and taxes are up to date. So for the rates and taxes, the rates that you pay each month on your account is based off a valuation. So the council, usually they do a valuation, it's approximately every 5 years or so, I can be mistaken, where they basically send out people to do valuation on the properties. They check the size of the property, the area, all that. And that is how they base your rates that you pay every month. That's how they calculate it from your valuation. So a normal earth, yes, but we have now an issue with the sectional title. So when it gets to sectional titles, you have the unit, it's registered as a section. Sometimes you get an exclusive use area. That is a garage, a carport, a garden, stuff like that. That's exclusively to your unit that you can use, but it's not necessarily registered as a section. So the issue that we have now currently actually is a garage is registered as a section. So it's a 19 square meter unit, even though it's actually a garage. So we received the rates clearance figures. It showed on the rates figures that the garage is valued at 760,000 Rand. Now, if you look at the rates figures received for the dwelling itself, the other unit, it was valued at 750,000 Rand, which means that the garage is actually 10,000 Rand more than the unit, which doesn't make sense at all. So we did dispute that because obviously because the rates figures is based off of the valuation, it showed the rates figures, if I recall correctly, at 13,000 Rand. It's not, there is arrears, there is interest because it's obviously also calculated on your size, but 13,000 Rand is extreme for a garage. So we now went back to the council and said to them, listen, this is a problem. We need to get a rates clearance certificate for this unit, but it's impossible for it to be 13,000 Rand. So now they actually asked us to complete the application form to dispute the valuation because they cannot just amend it from their side. Obviously, there's two different departments. It's the rates department that you have and the departments that do the valuation, and they need to talk to each other right now. So we applied. Now we need to wait for them to come back. The issue with this is it's the council. I cannot say how long this is going to take. So the only solution that I have, or to be proactive that we can tell clients, is when the council says that the valuation roll is available for viewing, go and view it and make sure that your property is market related on there, because your rates and taxes that you're going to pay each month on your statement is based off of that valuation. So instead of us disputing it now when we're trying to transfer your property, rather when the valuation roll comes out every 5 years or so, just check that it is actually in line with what your property should be valued at.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very, very much, Alicia. That really does cover us for that part of the question. And just perhaps just to finish off, so if somebody is looking to come to Bruno Simao attorneys and have a consultation with you regarding this type of matter, the municipal property valuations, what type of paperwork would you request them that, look, if you're going to be requiring our services with this, please make sure that you put together this type of paperwork with regards to the property and yourself as the owner, or whatsoever else would you be requiring for them to actually produce or provide for you in order for you to be able to assist them?
I must say the first step would be to, I would need the municipal account. That's the first thing, so I can see it looks in line. But the best would also be to approach a estate agent and see that it is actually in line. And the other sense, it's also a municipal query. So I can try and guide the client to it, but the first thing would be the municipal account. And then I can try and get you to the correct person to dispute this. But it is a dispute that you will have to take to the council itself. But I'm more than willing to assist the client if they bring me that information.
So maybe just to wrap up this question, so I suppose the biggest implication on the client themselves is the fact that with a higher valuation comes higher property rates that are being paid every month, right? Yes. So it's not necessarily now that you can't sell the property because anyone buying it has to pay 750,000 Rand for it. That's not the issue. So the negotiated price can still be low. Yeah. That's not the problem. The problem is that now every month you're paying, and when you go to council and you apply for clearance figures, council is now calculating the clearance figures on a far higher amount. Yes. So when we're speaking about properties to this value, it might not be as significant, but as soon as properties start getting like very high value, you're looking at buildings or whatever the case is, it's very important to kind of make sure that the valuation's right, isn't it?
The thing is, it's good to mention actually that with this client, the purchase price for both units, even though the one unit is a garage, but it's registered as a unit, the purchase price is actually 710,000 Rand. So they accepted an offer for 710,000, even though the dwelling unit itself is 750,000 valued at the council, and the garage now 760,000. The major reason why we actually queried it with the council for the garage part is because who has 13,000 Rand just lying around to get your property transferred? And I do need a rights clearance certificate. And that is why we advise the client, but let's query it because it might even be cut in half then. So that is very important to note, that it's not necessarily what you would get for your property when you sell it, but mostly on the rates figures that you pay every month.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, guys. Thank you, Bruno. Thank you, Alicia. I think we've done good justice to both questions. And yeah, we'll see everybody again next week with another episode.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.